What's up? It's Thursday. Hope you're having a good day. And Motorsports 360, after 2 days, immediately back in your life. On today, it is February 8th, 2018. Today is the day the haulers hit the road and are on their way to Daytona. What's going on, everyone? I am Marty. Hope you all are having a good day so far. Here's the crew for tonight. We've got from Florida, representing Jacksonville, Michael Kelly.
Duval.
From somewhere up in New England, I believe, representing Cody Smart.
Yes, hello YouTube. How's it going today? And by the way, I'm representing UVM Catamounts. Go, Cats, go!
And finally, we've got somewhere up north, representing Michigan, Justin Zidell.
Yep. Hello, guys. Yep, I'm actually from the Detroit area, so I'm kind of like in the southeast of Michigan.
If you guys want to be a part of the show, we've got the YouTube chat, and then we also have Google Hangouts for you. Let us know if you want to be a part of the show on my Google Hangouts account, which is Martin, not Marty Sakala. And I just tell you want to be on the show and what you want to talk about, and I'll send you an email so you can talk for a few minutes. But for right now, we'll just have you guys talk about until probably like 8:40, until like done with the show, and we have nothing to talk about. We got some time. Open it up to anything. So yeah, here we go. Let's just start talking about some random stuff here. First off, how about those trades in the NBA, especially with the Cavaliers?
Yep.
That's some wild stuff. That is some wild stuff right there.
I did not expect D Rose or D Wade to be traded. Or Shumpert.
What's funny is that he got traded back to
Crowder. I was expecting. I thought
talks at once.
I thought that Kevin Love was going to get traded to New Orleans in exchange for Anthony Davis. Because they did like a trade generator on like ESPN, and it worked fine.
Just for the official word, in case anyone doesn't know, in less than 90 minutes, the Cavs added Rodney Hood, George Hill, Jordan Clarkson, and Larry Nance. So they traded away Isaiah Thomas, Derrick Rose, Jay Crowder, Dwayne Wade, Iman Shumpert, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, and Jay Crowder.
It's crazy, man. Crazy. But yeah, what else is there to talk about? What's been going on since last time we were with you?
Jimmy Garoppolo, quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, just got
the highest paid NFL player.
Yep.
After 7 starts, are you kidding me? You're gonna pay him that amount of money?
Well, look at it. He won 6 games in a row for the 49ers.
Yeah, true.
From the time he was traded to the time he started, for 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. I mean, with that, he was on track for, I don't remember what the stat was. I think it was like 20-plus touchdowns, 4,000 yards, probably a top 5 passer in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to get him more help for the next season.
Yeah.
$137.5 million, $74 million guaranteed over 5 years, $90 million in cash the first 3 years.
Dude, I can't believe the 49ers have the highest paid NFL player. You'd think it'd be the Patriots with Tom Brady right now, but nope.
And another thing to add on to that, you got Jimmy G getting paid all that money. Imagine what Kirk Cousins is going to get.
Oh, my gosh. I hope Kirk Cousins comes to Buffalo, man.
I think he's going to Denver.
I get we have Tyrod Taylor right now, but still, we need a better quarterback, though.
I see you guys trading up to draft a quarterback.
Really?
Yeah.
In what round?
First round, using one of your first-round picks, definitely.
Oh, okay.
Probably using the KC pick to trade up with the Broncos, because I think the Broncos are going to sign Kirk Cousins. And depending on how it goes, Baker Mayfield or Josh Allen could be there.
Yeah. We got we got a bunch of people feeding on in. What's going on, Voyers? What's going on, DJ Reed? But yeah.
Any MLB news for our baseball fans out there?
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, probably nothing yet.
Let me look
Christian,
at
if you're listening, text me some baseball news.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything related to that.
Oh, yeah,
Zion Williamson? Holy cow.
The Yankees traded for Russell Wilson.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. But yeah, all right. We've already lost 2 viewers. Let's just get onto the headlines. All right.
All right.
Plus we ran late because my digestive system turns out did not want to cooperate. So we got a bunch of news coming out yesterday and today. The first one, this is a big one. NASCAR will no longer park a driver if a team has too many members over the wall doing repairs on a crashed vehicle. This comes in the wake. Yes. Finally. Easy. This comes in the wake of the same penalty which knocked Matt Kenseth out of the playoffs last year at Kansas. Kansas. I can't speak today. Yeah. Penalty has been changed from a park to a 2-lap hold. NASCAR also changed the amount of time the crew can work on the crash clock from 5 minutes to 6 minutes. Also, new material for side skirts in the Cup Series has been released. The Cup Series cars will have the side skirts made of composite material, which is what the Xfinity Series bodies use, instead of steel. Intended for the side skirts will hold their original shape, unlike steel that cannot be deformed. Some Xfinity Series silly season news here. Alex Labby, the defending Pine Tea Series champion, will be driving for a new team, DGM Racing, which is led by Mario Gosselin this season. Austin Cindric will run the Xfinity Series season full-time. Will be with 2 different teams in the number 64 Roush Fenway Racing, beginning at Daytona, as well as 8 additional events, including 4 of the first 5 races. The rest of the season, he'll drive for Team Penske in either the number 12 or the number 22 Ford Mustang. David Starr is going to move from the 99 to the 52 for Jimmy Means Racing this season. 2018 will be Starr's 20th season with over 450 starts in the National Series. His best finish last year was 5th in the Firecracker 250 at Daytona. Garrett Smith also announced he will be returning to JD Motorsports to pilot the number nothing, as he likes to call it. His 3rd season with the team, he joins the complete lineup of Ross Chastain, Vinnie Miller, and Matt Mills full-time. Brett Moffitt is going to take the reins of the number 16 Hattori Racing Enterprises Toyota full-time this season. Moffitt has 1 career victory in the trucks, which came at Michigan for Red Horse Racing on a 3-wide last lap pass. Myatt Snyder will complete the lineup for Thorsport Racing this season. He will pilot the number 13 Ford, which has special sponsorship from Liberty Tax, I believe it was, but that'll only last for a few months. Snyder last year drove part-time for Kyle Busch Motorsports. And finally, some news announced in the IndyCar Series in the television role. It has been announced that Alan Bestwick will return to ABC/ESPN to call the IndyCar Series events this year with Scott Goodyear and Eddie Cheever in the booth. This, by the way, is a contract year for ABC as their deal expires after the season. ABC will broadcast the St. Petersburg Grand Prix, the Indy Grand Prix, the Indy 500, and the Duel at Detroit.
So Alan Bestwick's going to NBC?
No, he's staying at ABC.
All right. I thought you said NBC.
Nah.
Not really.
All right, boys and girls, here we go. It's time for discussion time here. We got a bunch of questions for you today. What I'm actually going to do for you guys, if any of you guys want to come on the show and talk about one of these specific questions, let me know on Google Hangouts. Look up this name right here. It's not M-A-R-T-Y, M-A-R-T-I-N. I'm going to type in the questions right now. So for all of you guys, and hello, by the way, to Derek Hamill and Carter Friesen. Oh, yeah, I forgot. That's the first one I just put in the chat. So if you guys want to take a look at the chat right now, go ahead. I hope it doesn't tell me I gotta take a break. So this is technically a commercial break right now. So you guys can just talk about whatever you guys want to.
This commercial break is sponsored by Credit One Bank
And Dodge.
and
Not really.
And Menards and Bass Pro Shops.
No.
Dilly.
Dilly
And
Bud Light.
Dilly.
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 And Justin, 2 shows. You're getting used to it, Justin. Awesome.
Almost done with the questions, by the way.
And also sponsored by Who Touched the Miss
That didn't answer all that. My God. Oh God, did it come again?
All right, the questions are out there right now in the live chat. So if any of you guys want to come on and talk about one of those questions, you can. You only get one call for the show. So the first question for you guys is, heading into 2018, this was the question asked on SiriusXM Speedway last night. What is the biggest change heading into the 2018 season? We are not going to throw it out there and whoever wants to speak first. We are going to take turns, do it like we did last year. Michael, you're first.
All right, I'm going to need you to repeat the question because I yelled at 866 pit lane and did not hear the question.
I'm done.
Go. Good job. You just triggered Marty.
All right, so my question was, what is the biggest change?
Bye, everyone.
What is the biggest change heading into the 2018 season?
You lagged. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yes, you actually did.
What's the biggest change in the 2018 season?
You yelled.
Thank you, Cody.
I hear what you're saying. Just write it down and send it to me or something. I don't know.
It's in the group. It's in the live chat, fam.
Good Lord.
What is the biggest change heading into the 2018 season?
All right, that was nice and clear that time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, so I kind of talked about this a little bit last week, but I really think that the biggest change is going to be going from 5 or 6 pit crew members on pit road to 5 pit crew members. I'm interested to see how the strategy is going to work, whether the pit stops are going to be slower, if the tire carrier is going to have to carry both every time, or if they're going to have the jack man do that, if they're going to have kind of alternating roles as they go throughout the pit stop. Kurt Busch was saying that he's excited to see how it worked, and his guys have been working on it throughout the entire season and found a way to make it work. So I'm really looking forward to see how that all works out on Sunday.
Okay. Cody.
Oh. Did I have my mic muted? No, I didn't. Okay, I just wanted to check. Biggest change in the 2018 season. I don't know. There's been quite a few changes out there. Thor Sport switching to Ford. The new penalty rule they have for too many men working on the car during red flag or caution, whatever it is now. But here's to what I think could be the biggest change so far. It's between those two, to be honest. Because Ford really needed a few in the Truck Series this season, as I explained back on Tuesday. And the whole penalty get held up for 2 laps instead of being parked. That is actually a good change by itself, by NASCAR in general. So if we're thinking about, like, if I scale the changes between those two, I'd say the biggest change would be that whole penalty thing, too many men working in the car. I think it's better off for them to be held up for 2 laps instead of just being parked, so they can prevent to what happened with Matt Kenseth last year at Kansas.
Okay, Justin.
Biggest change, honestly, is the aerodynamics at the super speedways. You know, the liftoff. I think that's the biggest change, honestly.
I'm thinking it's going to be the Hawkeye system, to be honest.
Yeah,
because
they're going to be going 30 miles per hour faster. I think that's what I believe. So, probably as fast as Indy cars.
Well, I'm thinking both the Hawkeye system and the spec engines. With the Hawkeye system, I think it's gonna prevent these Cup teams from tricking out their cars. Well, actually, I'm thinking the Xfinity series.
About the T1 engines for the
Yeah,
truck.
because that's what. Hang on, Justin. Let me speak. I'm not done yet. What I'm thinking is it's going to prevent the Xfinity Series teams, like those teams with the Cup drivers in them, from tricking out their cars so they win every race. If that happens, I think we see the best Xfinity Series racing we have in a long time. And then the spec engines for the trucks, everyone's going to have the exact same engine. I know it's not just a game of horsepower. You've got aerodynamics and pit crew as well. But, man, I think the spec engines is going to have some interesting racing as well. It's just going to come down to who has the best aerodynamics, especially when we go to like super speedways.
Yeah.
All right.
Especially with the new packages that we're going to have, like we had at Indianapolis in the Xfinity Series this year.
Uh-huh.
That'll be interesting to see, too, with all that mixed together.
Yes. All right. So next question with the Camaros, the Camaro ZL1. What do you expect out of them this season? Let's go to Cody first.
Can you repeat the question, please?
What do you expect out of the new Camaros this season?
New Camaros, okay. I have been thinking about this off and on, and I've been thinking about like the Toyotas and how they transfer to like the new version of the Camry or something. Like, take a look at last year for the Camrys. The only one who dominated for the first half of the season in terms of the Toyotas was only Truex. Like, Joe Gibbs Racing wasn't really equipped to it yet, and none of the other Toyota teams were equipped to it yet. It wasn't until the beginning of the second half of the season when Joe Gibbs Racing just comes in and just flat out wins. And by the way, new Bono from last year. I can sort of see the same happening to the Chevys this year. I honestly do not think the Chevys are going to dominate the early part of the season. To be honest, the only ones who I can see in the playoffs by wins by the end of the regular season would be Jimmy Johnson and Kyle Larson. That's it. The other Chevys would end up making the playoffs by points, which I only believe would end up being Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman. And there might be one more. I can't remember who that would be. But I don't have William Byron in there because, well, that could be another topic for another question. But long story short, inexperience compared to the Cup drivers. That's all I'm going to say for now, unless there's like a question that gets popped up later. But I can see the Camaros, again, like maybe not dominating the beginning part of the season, but when it comes to playoffs, they'll be on a war, just like Tony Stewart in 2011.
All right. Let's go to Justin.
Honestly, what I expect out of the new Camaros is probably more speed and more wins because, it's a new car, new aerodynamics. Yeah, I really expect the Camaros to be running up front.
Okay. I'm thinking the Camaros are going to have better aerodynamics than the Toyota Camrys this season. I think this is the year of the Chevrolets. And I think we have a bunch of them in the playoffs, and I think we have a Chevrolet winning the championship. What about you, Mike?
I'm honestly thinking that we're going to be seeing something similar that happened with the Toyotas when they switched to the new Camry. What year was that? 2006?
This is a 2017 Camry now.
Okay. Well, they got off to a bit of a slow start. None of the Toyotas got into victory lane until later on. None of the Joe Gibbs Toyotas, that is. So I'm kind of thinking that we're going to be seeing a similar start for the Chevrolet Camaro. Maybe see Kyle Larson get into victory lane early on in the season because he has quite a few racetracks that have been very, very good to him. And I think they'll be able to kind of build each and every race as we go throughout the season. And eventually they'll be up to par with the rest of the competition. Could even see a few of them in the Final Four.
All right. get to the next question here with the crash damage rules increasing from 5 minutes to 6 minutes, and that the penalty for an extra man is 2 laps. What will the new crash damage rules show us? Justin, you're first.
Probably a little bit longer. Let's see. How do I say this? Let me think. The crash. Oh, this is hard. With one less guy, it might be a little bit longer. So it's a good thing they added an extra minute. I mean, it could have been better if they added a couple more minutes, honestly. But I mean, it'll help them a little bit.
All right. I think this is going to be definitely useful. I think this extra minute will definitely, this should definitely give us more cars in the race. So we won't have like 13 cars left in the race. For example, last year's Talladega playoff race. I think, also as well, what was I going to say? Right. Answer what I wanted to say. Yeah, I already did. Michael, go.
Marty.exe has stopped working.
No, I'm still working. I just froze like I'm Internet Explorer.
Marty.exe has stopped loading?
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway.
So, if I'm being honest here, I don't really think that when NASCAR implemented this 5-minute crash clock, I can't think of many instances where we saw drivers go past the 5-minute clock and end up going out of the race. Maybe once or twice, but I don't know who the drivers were. So maybe giving them that 6-minute clock is going to help make sure that, they don't go out of the race, but I don't know if we're really going to see that much of a difference from last year to this year. But I'm sure the teams will appreciate that extra minute that they get to be able to do some body work on the car to get up to minimum speed.
Okay. And Cody.
So the crash damage policy, I really like how they increased the time, but I was probably expecting maybe 10 minutes maybe, because there were some cars that are heavily damaged that definitely needed a lot more time. But 6 minutes, it's a good start. It is a pretty good start. They'll give them some slightly extra time, because we have seen after 5 minutes how some guys are almost ready to go and be nope, you're parked for the rest of the race, sorry. So I guess this could probably help the teams, especially for the ones who got crash damage and whatnot. So in the long run, it'll probably be a better rule change to have both the 6-minute crash clock and the 2-lap penalty for too many men over the wall while working on the car. I think it'll just produce much better results in the long run.
Okay.
So,
Next. Go ahead.
If I remember correctly, didn't Dale Jr. in the Daytona 500 last year, when he got in his accident in turn 3, didn't he get thrown out of the race because of the 5-minute clock?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, well, you got to wonder if maybe if they had that extra minute, they would have been able to fix the car so that he could kind of ride around and see if they couldn't make some noise. But because there are so many damaged cars in the race, so you just got to wonder.
All right, the next question is coming to the new pit road rules. What is going to happen? What are you expecting with the new air gun rules and one less man over the wall? I am expecting these drivers, not all the drivers, all these pit crews, all the pit stops going to be slowing down with that one less man over the wall. So you're going to have one person doing 2 jobs. You obviously have to have the tire changers, the gas man, the jack man, and then I'm thinking you're going to have one person carrying 2 tires. I'm not too sure on that one, but I'm not a big fan of having 5 men over the wall. But I'm glad we have standardized the air gun. Joe Gibbs invested $1.5 million into checking out these air guns and having a higher RPM of putting these lug nuts on to the wheel, giving them the faster times and win the race up pit road. I'm not being biased here, but I think this is going to bring more competition to the pit stops. And, oh, man, it's going to be very interesting come to the clash on Sunday afternoon. Michael, what do you think?
All right. Well, like you said, Marty, I was going to kind of say the same thing. It's a good thing that they standardized the air guns. Not only will it kind of bring more fair competition, I believe it'll save the team a lot of money in the future. Now, with the 5 guys on pit road, you got the fuel man. The fuel man is only going to be able to do isn't going to be able to do anything except for fuel the car. So you're going to have 4 guys who are going to be changing the tires and jacking the car. I'm thinking what they're going to do, most teams are going to do, is they're going to have either the rear or front tire changer carry a tire and an air gun over the wall, change the tire, and then put their tire back on and roll it back to the other side. And then on the other side, the other wheel, it'll be the same as before. You got the jackman, jacks the car. You got the tire changer, takes the tire off, and the tire carrier will put the tire on the car, roll the tire back around to the wall, and they'll start over again on the other side. I kind of feel like that's how they're going to do it. Pit stops may a second to maybe a second and a half, but I'd expect them to kind of be where they are currently, kind of close to where they are currently by the end of the season.
Okay, Cody.
We're talking about the aero package, right?
No, pit stops now with the new air gun and the one less man over the wall.
Now, are they allowing the air guns or not?
They're all standardized, so like everyone's going to have the same air gun.
Huh. Now, the same air gun rule, that can be also more entertaining with the pit stops. Because now that's leads to a lesser gap amongst all teams. With all teams having the same leveled air gun, it can certainly lead to interesting pit stops going throughout the season. Especially with the 2 and 4 tire stops, it would lead to more precise results in tire strategy, especially towards the end of the race. Now about the one less man over the wall, in some ways that's good, and in other ways it's pretty bad. What I would stress about the most when it comes to these pit crews, to be honest, would be about the crash damage. I know they extended it by the minute, but with one less man over the wall, that could really bring back to effect by having another man for 5 minutes instead of one less man for 6. Those effects seem very similar to each other. So that means there could be no difference with the other rule change that we discussed earlier. But all I gotta say is we'll have to wait and see.
Okay. Justin.
The pit stops can be longer stops. 5 guys over the wall. Don't know why NASCAR keeps doing this, eliminating guys. What's going to happen next? The drivers going to climb out of their cars and do it themselves? It's just getting out of hand. One? Yeah. Give me a second. I have to be right back. But yeah, that's my answer.
All right. So, by the way, still open on Google Hangouts. The lines are open, by the way. If you do want to be a part of the show, just let me know what you want to talk about. These next questions, these are questions you do want to come in and talk about because we would like to know your opinion on this as well. If you want to do it on Hangouts, if you want to do it in the chat room, that's fine with me. But let's get to these big questions. We are now going to be doing our predictions.
Hey, Marty.
Yeah?
Here's a little visual aid right here. So,
Did you just create that?
Yeah, I just created that. So you got the fuel man. Tire changer, this one, for example, will have the tire and the air gun. He will change said tire, put the other tire back on, roll it back around. And that's the part that I think is going to take a little bit more time. It's going to slow the pit stop down. But maybe with the tire carrier over here, when the tire changer pulls this tire off and this tire carrier puts the tire on, he can come back around, throw that one over there, grab this one, set a tire down right here for the tire changer so that he doesn't have to come back to the wall to get a new tire. And maybe that'll help to flow the pit stop a little bit more. But, like I said, we'll wait and see.
Okay. But yeah, all right, let's get to these our preview for the season. What is your bold prediction for this season. Something we would never expect to happen, but it could, though. Michael, you're first.
Of course, you would go to me first for a bold prediction.
Yes.
Oh man, there's a lot that you could say here, but my bold prediction is going to be one that probably won't surprise a few people if you've been following this show for the past 2 years, but I know he kind of somewhat got a downgrade on his ride, but I've been riding him since the beginning. I really think that he has the chance, he has the potential to win one of these plate races. I think Michael McDowell is going to win a plate race this year. I
You
really
think McDowell wins in the 38?
at 34 actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right, the 34.
As well.
Keep in mind, David Reagan and Chris Buescher have taken those cars to victory lane, so it wouldn't be a complete shock to be able to see it go to victory lane once again. You remember David Reagan at Talladega 2013, and then Chris Buescher in 2016 at Pocono when the race was shortened due to rain and fog
That would
and
be great.
every other weather condition you could think of.
That
I
would be
wouldn't
great. All right, Cody, what about you?
It seems very interesting with these new teams and whatnot. So it's kind of hard to really put out a flat-out bold prediction out there. But here's what I am probably going to say about the bold predictions. They're like, remember what I said earlier about the Chevys, they're probably not going to do good for the first half of the season. Like, only 2 winners from the Chevys make the playoffs. Well, here's something really interesting. On top of Kyle Larson winning the 2018 championship, I am going to say that Chevys are going to flat out dominate the playoffs. I am going to say that Chevy is going to get at least 5 out of 10 of these playoff races.
Well, that's not really a big bold prediction that Kyle Larson is going to – you think he's going to win the 2018 championship. I could see why you're saying that, though, based off what happened last season. And as with the showing 5 of the 10
maybe not
races,
the boldest prediction ever.
Yeah.
But I mean by they're going to win the vast majority.
What about you, Justin?
Honestly, knowing how well Ryan Blaney did last year, I honestly think he could possibly be the 2018 champion. Really.
Wow. That would be big. Tell me why.
Yeah. Because honestly, the fact that he actually almost made the championship 4, I mean, he got to the round of 8, and he had a shot to get to championship 4. I mean, he got the pole at Phoenix, although his car wasn't working right. Still had a shot, though. So honestly, I think Ryan Blaney can win the championship, knowing that he's with Penske now. I really do.
Okay. All right, boys, my bold prediction. I say that this is the year the young guns dominate the sport. What do I mean by that? I'm not going to say my bold prediction is that Chase Elliott's going to win a race. He's going to do it this year. It's no surprise. It's going to happen. That's the year it's finally going to happen. My bold prediction of these drivers are going to win a race. Daniel Suarez is going to win. Eric Jones is going to win. William Byron is going to win. And you ready for this one? You guys ready? Bubba Wallace wins the Coke 0400. I believe he got a 13th place finish in that race last year. Was right up front from time to time. I think this kid has what it takes to give RPM their first victory in 4 years. Plus, they've got the Camaro as well.
I like that. Yeah, going back quick to what Cody said. You kind of mentioned it too, Marty, with Kyle Larson. He could very well dominate the playoffs. We've said it time and time again on this show. He is a dirt racer. He likes that high line. He knows how to make it work better than anyone. If he can get to the Final Four, then he may be nearly unstoppable because we saw how good he's been at Homestead the past 2 years, even though he hasn't been able to close the deal. Homestead is a high line track. And it's weird that we're talking about
And
Homestead
here's the
already.
last 3 years, his average in the last 3 years is 3.3, and the past 2 years he's led the most laps. And what has he done those last 2 years? He held back, let the championship contenders have their moment.
Yeah.
All right. Next question is, who will win their first career race this season? I think I know what everyone's going to say, but let's try and get 4 different drivers here, okay?
Of course I'm going.
Let's see here. Cody's going first.
I can see not only one, but at least 2 drivers getting their first career win and would be getting to the playoffs by win. Those 2 would be, well, I'm actually going to say the one who I think will more likely win their first race. It's like, no, it's not Chase Elliott. He'll make the playoffs by points. But I'm going to say the one who will more likely win his first race than the other one would be Eric Jones.
Okay. All right. Where do you think he's going to win?
I do think 2 drivers like Eric Jones and Daniel Suarez both will get their first career win, but I'm saying Eric Jones is going to get it first.
Okay. Justin.
All right. Okay, I actually wasn't here when you said the question. I had to,
What's your bold predict? Who will win their first career race this season?
Okay. Honestly, Chase Elliott, he has to be one, though.
Yes.
Okay, another one. I honestly think Darrell Wallace Jr. can be one.
I think they win.
Like, what track?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, man, there's a lot of good tracks in that, but I might say Dover could be one of them, possibly. I think Dover. And maybe my home track, Michigan International Speedway, where he won the truck race that I was at. Yeah. I think that could be another track, possibly. And,
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe even Autobahn. Yeah. Yeah, but I also think Daniel Suarez could win a race as well, like at Watkins Glen, where he finished 3rd this past season. I think he might get a win there. He did really good at Watkins Glen.
Okay. I am going to say, obviously, Chase Elliott. Like I just said previously, Daniel Suarez, William Byron, Eric Jones are going to win. I think Bo Wallace gets one. I have another one. Watch out. When we go to Dover, watch out for Ty Dillon. Because this man almost got a top 5 at Dover. And he led a lot of laps in that race.
Yeah, only David Reagan didn't wreck.
But then we had the wreck at overtime, lost the top 5. It was a tough break.
Hey, who won that? Who won that race, by the way?
Johnson.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Actually, though, his.
Oh, I know why you did that.
Yeah, Johnson nearly always won.
Honestly, when he started the season, he was like his same old self. But then it's like after that, when he kind of just went downhill, kind of.
Yeah, that's the classic summer slump for us Johnson fans.
Yep. By the way, some great news. That community college radio station 90.7 FM. If you have not heard, we've been on We've been off the air due to renovations and asbestos removal. We'll be back on the air by tonight. Yay. Anyway, then not the next question. Oh yeah, Michael.
I was about to say you were forgetting someone. So
Okay.
yeah, you guys mentioned the obvious ones: Chase Elliott. What's his name? You mentioned Suarez. You mentioned Jones. But you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Danica Patrick's gonna win the Daytona 500. We're all thinking it, but nobody wanted to say it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it for you guys. Danica Patrick.
I can't believe, as a Danica hater, you're saying that.
No, I'm totally being sarcastic. You know who I'm looking at to be a contender for a win this year? he has been successful in every single car/truck that he has driven. He should have won the championship in 2016, but unfortunately his engine blew up and was not able to do it. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. William Byron in that 24 car. He was going to be a contender this year.
Byron the Siren. All right. So the next question is, I'm gonna try and hurry this up so we can get to. We'll make this the last one, and it's actually gonna be related to a call-in. All right. So I am calling him up. It's DJ Reed. Hope he accepts the call. Anyway, while we are waiting for him, let's get to another question here before we get to his. Who's going to be the dark horse? Who will be the 2018 champion in each series, by the way? Let's see here. Who do we? Let's go to Justin first.
Okay. Truck series, I will say possibly. Let's see. It's going to be hard. Truck series, it's kind of hard. There's a lot of young guys that come up always battling for a championship. So that's hard. But I'm probably going to say Noah Gragson for truck series. Possibly.
Okay.
Xfinity series, Justin Allgaier.
Okay.
And then the Cup series, like I said in my bold prediction, Ryan Blaney.
All right. Okay. My predictions, truck series, I'm gonna say Noah Gragson. For the Xfinity series, I am going to go with that's a tough. I'm gonna say Elliott Sadler. Cup series, you just gotta give him the championship for it, and it's his. Kyle Larson. I've said it the past 3 years. The past 2 years we've entered the playoffs. It's been bad luck. This is the year of Larson. Michael.
All right. So the truck series, I tend to pick veterans a lot when we talk about the truck series and who wins races, who wins championships. I just like experience in that series. Plus, the rides are always changing, so I never really remember who's in what ride, and I have no idea who's where here in the truck series.
You gonna go with Sauter?
Well, I'm going to have to go with experience once again for the truck series, and I think I'm going to give the upper hand to Matt Crafton. I think he's going to get his third championship this year in our two early 2018 predictions.
Okay.
Xfinity series, I'm going to look at the guy who is taking over the car who won the championship last year. William Byron was able to do it in style at Homestead. He learned on a computer, in case you didn't know. On a computer.
And he asked David Reagan for advice.
Yeah. So you probably know where I'm going with this. I believe that Tyler Reddick will be the champion.
That's actually a bold prediction right there.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I did not think of Tyler Reddick winning that.
It's our two early 2018 predictions. It's
Yeah.
the time to be bold, my friend. Now for the Cup Series, I'm not going to go bold. I'm going to go for a guy who's going to rebound from his worst year ever in NASCAR's top series, even though it wasn't really that bad of a year considering what people are usually able to do. Only won 3 races last year. Maybe a little bit biased. Some of you will probably say that, but I don't care. It's early. I'm going to say it. Jimmy Johnson, 8th championship, will retire as the greatest of all time. Not this year.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that happen. All right, Cody.
And Rick Allen will most likely have an aneurysm if he crosses the line and wins the championship.
Jimmy
But
Johnson.
Oh my gosh.
NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. No, it's a
Oh my
Energy
God.
Cup Series.
No.
We'll never
Johnson
see it again.
Impersonate him a little bit better. All right. Okay, Truck Series. I've been taking a look at it, and this one's probably going to be pretty obvious. The 2018 Camping World Truck Series champion, despite of not being in the 4, I predicted him to be in the 4 in 2018, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure he's going to get the championship crew from last season. I'm going to say Noah Gragson wins the Trucks Championship. Xfinity Series. I know all you guys are thinking JR Motorsports is going to win the championship and picked out different drivers, funny enough. But I'm not picking Michael Annette. So the driver I'm going to pick for the championship, well, before I say so, let me say this. After Roush Fenwick dominated the Xfinity Series for a couple of years, it's been like a jump between...
Just say it.
What?
Just say who's winning the championship.
Okay. So, again, before some things went slightly laggy on someone else's side, ever since 2015, it's been a pattern between JR and Joe Gibbs, And since JR won the championship last year, I'm going to say one of the Joe Gibbs drivers wins this year. And I'm not talking about Brandon Jones because we already know what he's going to do.
Oh, of course.
So the championship winner for the Xfinity Series, be a second year in a row he gets a title. Christopher Bell wins the championship.
Okay, and just say who the Cup champion is. Don't go through any info. Just tell us who the Cup champion is going to be.
Okay, because I already said it earlier. Kyle Larson.
All right, thank you. Justin, same thing. Make it quick. Champions, go.
Noah Gragson,
we already
Justin Allgaier, Ryan Blaney.
That's right. We already went with you. Okay,
we
let's get to the predictions. So now here's how we're doing predictions this year. We've changed it up. We're just going to make it simple. Besides NASCAR Fantasy Live, for the featured race, you can pick whoever you want. It's not going to be 4 different drivers we have to pick unless we like doing that. Here's the thing. All you need to make sure, if you want to get a point, you have to make sure that driver wins. So if your driver wins, you get 1 point. Whoever gets the most wins by the end of the season wins the championship for the fantasy series. Does that work?
I'm good with that.
I guess
I can perfect. Work. Let's get started. All right, so the first prediction is the first prediction. We're going to talk ARCA at Daytona. I'm sorry, by the way, DJ. We had some trouble trying to get to you. Oh wait, hang on. Let me try DJ now. Actually, real quick.
Yeah, got 9 minutes left.
Yeah, calling you up now.
We can go past time. It's fine. We did it a lot last year.
Yeah. All right. Let's hope he answers. There he is. Hang on a second. Just load him up speakerphone. DJ Reed, how are you, sir?
Good.
What's on your mind today?
I don't know, just about the moves that have been made today. You got Alex Labby probably going to either the 9 year
We're talking about Rookie of the Year, right?
Team in Xfinity Series.
Are we talking about Rookie of the Year here?
Yeah.
All right. Who are you thinking?
I'm thinking about a lot of weird moves have been made in the season, especially in the Xfinity Series, and I will be talking about like the Rookie of the Year. But I think the sticks for Rookie of the Year, and right now, hold on. Give me a minute.
Take your time, buddy.
Right now you have. Right now you got a lot of like big rookies. You got a lot of like underdog rookies in the series. But who do I think will be the rookie of the year? I'll bring that up right now. Camping World Truck Series. Who will be the rookie of the year in Camping World Truck Series? You know, I'm one for underdog picks, and I feel like Dalton Sargent really like solidifies that chance to be rookie of the year. He's racing for a good team last racing, who had wins with Johnny Sauter last year. Justin Haley got a close time.
That'd be big. I could see something out. He's driving a 33, right?
25.
25? Oh, what did they renumber it from?
They numbered it from 33, Casparola.
All right. So, yeah, he could have a chance at winning Rookie of the Year on the trucks.
Actually, the one that they renumbered from Kaz Garrel's truck was Cody Coughlin's truck. That
was from 33? Then it must have been
yeah, it was
the 23 then. Went to the 25.
Yeah. 23 went to 25 and 33 went to 2.
All right. All right. I could see that happening.
And then you have Xfinity Series. And if I could do and if I was told to do a bold prediction, I mean, I think Dalton Sargent would, if we're going off of my Rookie of the Year picks, I think Dalton Sargent would give about 10 points in the season.
That would be pretty bold.
And now for Xfinity predictions, Vinnie Miller, he's the rookie this year, but he is not my pick. But I've been impressed with JD Motorsports. He's not my pick though, but he looks really good. But like I said, I like underdog drivers. So my underdog Rookie of the Year pick is Spencer Boyd.
Spencer Boyd, yeah, he's going full time this season for, I believe it's SS Green Light.
And Xfinity, yeah. A lot of people may be surprised with my pick. It's just like I don't feel like he gets enough I don't think people hype him up to his full potential, and that's why he keeps getting these bad rides. These poor rides. But yeah, Spencer Boyd, I feel like he deserves a chance to maybe race a few races in Cup in 2020. And my bold prediction for my Rookie of the Year pick is definitely going to be Spencer Boyd. He's going to get no wins, which is okay. 3 top 5s, and hear me out, 13 top 10s.
Wow, that'd be interesting. And then going to Cup.
And yes, I know people could say no in Xfinity. I know a lot of people could say, but what about Christopher Bale, DJ? What about Kaz Grala?
You know, Christopher Bell, I think, would be a top-notch option for Rookie of the Year for right now. Kaz Grala, I just don't see it happening in that JGL machine.
Yeah, it's not that strong.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm all about underdog racers and underdog picks for stuff. And definitely Spencer Boyd fits that mold for me. I feel like he's going to do pretty good next year or when the racing season starts.
Okay. And going to Cup?
And we're going to Cup right now, and I'm seeing only one key that really fits my mold. And Bubba Wallace, yes. Bubba Wallace, I feel he kind of got screwed over last year having to get kicked out of his ride in, I'm pretty sure it's our Roush Fenway Racing he got kicked out of. I feel he got screwed over there. Just like Spencer Boyd, I feel like people just don't hype him up to his potential that he definitely has.
Okay.
Like you said, Marty, earlier, you really think he can? For your bold prediction, you thought he was going to get a top 10. I mean, you thought he was going to win the Coke 0400.
Yeah.
And I do agree with that, but I'm a go up a bit more with that prediction. And for my bold prediction for my Rookie of the Years, I'm saying he's going to get 3 wins.
Wow,
At
Bubba
Daytona,
Wallace, 3
one at
wins.
Bristol, and one at Brickyard.
That would be big. Bubba Wallace winning 3 races. That's not that bad.
Yeah,
that would be
And,
I want to go back to what you said
and
about
sorry, Marty, you can finish. My bad.
All right. Anyway, I'm thinking from my rookie. I should know. Michael, go ahead.
I want to go back to what you said about the Rookie of the Year for the Xfinity Championship with Christopher Bell. You know, it is going to be tough for them, I think, because we've seen, especially last year, how dominant Junior Motorsports was in the Xfinity Series. Mainly for the full-timers, not the Cup guys who came in and took over the series. I mean, we had 3 of the final 4 cars were in the championship 4, and they won the championship as well. So, and William Byron was the Rookie of the Year too. So it's going to be tough for Christopher Bell to do it, and I still see Tyler Reddick being able to do it. But Christopher Bell, you're going to have to keep an eye out for him. He's already had a win in the Xfinity Series, already been very successful. It's going to be a tight race, I think.
Yeah. My picks for Rookie of the Year are for Cup. I'm going to say it's William Byron. For Xfinity, Christopher Bell. And for Trucks, Todd Gilliland. Cody, what are you thinking?
Okay, let's see. For is Brett Moffitt a rookie in the Truck Series?
No.
I want to say he's not.
No, because he drove the 11 for who was it?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. He had a 4 races.
Okay, so he's not a rookie. He's not a rookie.
Down with Timothy Peters, Red Horse Racing. He drove with Red Horse Racing, and he won that race at Michigan.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So for the Camping World Truck Series, after looking at everyone, I'm gonna say Todd Gilliland. Xfinity Series, flat out easy, Christopher Bell. For the Cup Series, I am going to say, this is a tough one between Byron and Wallace. I'm just gonna say this, that none of the rookies are making the playoffs. At least I don't think. So I'm gonna say William Byron gets Rookie of the Year. Doesn't get into the playoffs, but he does at least get Rookie of the Year.
Okay. And then Justin?
Okay. Cup Series, William Byron. Xfinity Series, Christopher Bell. And then Truck Series, Todd Gilliland.
All right. Sounds good there. DJ, thank you so much for calling in. Have a good night, buddy.
Thank you, DJ.
And I cut him off early. I'm sorry about that, buddy. Anyway, let's get to predictions. We're running late. It's past the top of the hour. All right, here we go. ARCA race at Daytona, the Lucas Oil 200 at 4:30 on ESPN. I'm sorry. FS1. Let's get to the notable entries. There's one notable entry I know of that is. I don't need to look at the entry list for that. Oh yeah. By the way, this is the first super speedway race with the Gen 6 bodies. I'm very excited for this race. Like, you have no idea how excited I am to watch this. So give me your picks in the chat, by the way. Gonna stop taking calls for the rest of the night. We're all set with that. We're 12 and a half hours away from the green flag. So let's get to the entry list. Will Rogers, big one for me. He is in the 52, and by the way, that's my pick to win it, Will Rogers. Some of the other entry lists here, Chase Purdy is in the 8. Michael Self, the 15. Riley Herbst back in the 18. Leilani Munter in the 20. Who else? Natalie Decker in the 25. Sheldon Creed, the 28. Gus Steen, the 32. Jesse Iwuji, I believe that's how you pronounce it, is in the 34.
He's awesome.
Yes, he is. Zane Smith, the 41. Sean Core, the 43. Let's see here. Noah Gregson's going to be the 54 for David Gilliland, by the way. Tom Hesser's in the 55. Doesn't no. Mark. Oh, no, not him. Yeah, those are no entries. So, of all the entries we got, give me your picks to win it. I already gave you guys mine. Will Rogers. Michael, you have been known as the king of predictions.
You mentioned that Noah Gregson was going to be racing, but that pick is too easy, I feel like, so I'm not going to pick him. I'm going to go with one that's arguably even easier. This is the guy who always finds a way to be there at the end of these things. He's not always up front at the beginning, not always dominating these races, but he finds a way to be at the front at the end of these races and always finds a way to come out the winner at Daytona in the ARCA Series. He's a veteran at this. He has
Bobby Gerhart.
He has 6 or 7 wins at Daytona. Bobby Gerhart is going to win.
All right, Cody.
Okay, so I don't really know the ARCA entry list, to be practically honest, but I am going to say this. I am probably going to go with a bald prediction. Like, it is going to be really bald. I am going to pick one of the guys that were, like, really talented last season but didn't win the championship. But I say he's going to make something happen. I'm saying Chase Purdy's going to win the ARCA race.
Purdy, all righty. Justin.
Going with Jesse Uji.
Wow, that would be a good one. And the 34 owned by Daryl Basham.
Yeah. I believe he's going to possibly win the ARCA race.
All right. Let's get on to the next race. I want to talk about this now this season because this season, in my opinion, has been so exciting so far. Supercross. I'm just loving it, especially what happened last race. That was a thriller right there. Let's talk about Supercross at San Diego. That is at 10 o'clock on FS1 after the after the ARCA race. But yeah, 10:30 Eastern, 10 o'clock Eastern time on FS1. Who's your pick to win it? Let's go first with Michael.
No, Marty. I insist you go first.
Are you sure?
Yeah, sure.
I don't even
All
watch.
right. If you wish, Ken Roxon gets his first win of the season.
You lagged. What'd you say?
Ken Roxon.
Kevin Roxon? Well,
Ken.
Yeah, right. You lagged again, so I couldn't really.
Are you
Kenny
serious?
Roxon.
That good old Buffalo internet, Marty.
It's not Buffalo Internet. It's Brockport Internet now. You Billy.
Same thing, basically. Anyways, what a coincidence, man! I was gonna pick him too. So yeah, let's move on to Cody.
I don't watch this. I don't watch that. So I have no
I think
clue.
you were gonna pick Ken too, Cody.
I don't watch Supercross, so I don't know.
Come on, Cody.
But you were telling me earlier that you were
I never watched Supercross. Like, I have no clue about it. Like, no clue.
You're
I don't
missing
watch
the joke.
Supercross
You're missing the joke.jpg.
Don't even say anything about that.
All right, let's go to Justin.
I watch Supercross. There.
You don't?
Nope. I watch
What's wrong with you?
Monster Jam, IndyCar, and Drag
All
Race.
right, next one. Do any of you guys watch NHRA?
That was a
Yeah, I just said Drag Race.
NHRA,
Okay, let's get to that.
Really?
Okay, first race is this week. Fast 1 Sunday. It is the Winter Nationals at Pomona. In each class, I'm going to go with the same four I like to pick. Doug Coletta wins it, and then it's going to be Courtney Force, Greg Anderson, and Andrew Hines. Justin?
Just FYI, you lagged really bad again.
Oh, great.
Brittany Force, I think maybe. Okay. So like each division.
Yeah.
Like Ron Capps, Brittany Force, I believe,
All right.
won the Hawthorns.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot the bikes don't even race in the first race they promote. So forget about Andrew Hines.
Yeah.
You see girls?
I haven't watched it. It's been on.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's get to the two big things we've got. Let's start off first with Daytona 500 qualifying at noon on Fox. Who gets the front row, the top two spots for the Daytona 500? You want to go first, Michael?
I sure do. We've seen a trend for the past few years. It's been a 24-88 front row, and I believe that trend is going to continue, except it's going to be the same driver with a different number. It's going to be Chase Elliott winning the pole, except in the number 9 car, with Alex Bowman to his outside.
All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Okay. Front row, I would say Ryan Blaney and Eric Jones.
All right. Cody,
My prediction's going to be my front row is going to be Chase Elliott wins the pole again and Alex Bowman starting second.
Copycat.
all right. I got it. I got something. All right. So there's been a trend, not just the 24-88 trend the past 2 years, but the trend has been since 2013. You get the pole if you are in your first or your second Daytona 500. The pole sitter is going to be making his Daytona 500 debut. William Byron does it. He gets the pole. And on the outside, it's going to be Chase Elliott. That's my picks for the front row. And finally, the clash, the main event of the weekend. Where's pages? There we go. 3 o'clock, FS1. It's going to be a good one. Get your entry list for those of you who don't know who are in the clash. The entry list is posted. Sweet.
I got the entry list already.
Yeah, it's on the NASCAR app.
I have it too. By the way, speaking of the Daytona 500, only 40 cars are entered into that.
You want me to
So it looks like right now we won't see any go or go homers.
You want me to read it off for you?
Go ahead, take it.
All right. So we got Jamie McMurray driving the number 1 Cessna. Brad Keselowski is going to be driving the number 2 Middle Light Ford. Austin Dillon in the number 3 Dow Chevrolet. Kevin Harvick in the number 4 Busch Beer Ford. Chase Elliott.
Wait. What?
Kevin Harvick in the number 4 Busch Beer Ford.
Nope. It's not that.
It says Busch. It literally says Busch Beer on the entry list.
It's not Busch. It's Busch.
Look, even on the
Right,
app, it has the Jimmy John.
I apologize. Chase Elliott
It's
is going to
okay.
be driving that brand new number 9 Mountain Dew Chevrolet. Denny Hamlin in his Express number 11 Toyota. Ryan Blaney in the brand new number 12 Menards Peak Penske Racing Dodge. Dodge.
Hey, it's okay. Penske used to drive Dodge, so you're forgiven.
Ford. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. in the number 17 Fastenal Ford. Kyle Busch in the number 18 M&M's Toyota. Eric Jones in the number 20 Circle K Toyota. Joey Logano in the Shell Pennzoil number 22 Ford. Ryan Newman in the Bass Pro Shops / Cabela's Chevrolet. Kurt Busch in the number 41 Monster Energy Ford. Kyle Larson in the number 42 DC Solar Chevrolet. Jimmy Johnson in the number 48 Lowe's for Pros Chevrolet. Martin Truex Jr. in the 5-Hour Energy Bass Pro Shops number 78 Toyota. And Casey Kane with a new ride in the number 95 Procore Chevrolet.
Okay. Let's get to the predictions. Who wants to go first?
Let's let our new panelists go first.
Justin, you're first.
I'm gonna think outside the box for this one. I'm going with Ryan Newman winning the Clash.
All right. Tell me why.
Honestly, because it's Daytona once and for all, but also the fact that Newman could have won Talladega, they almost did, makes you feel like he could win Daytona as well. So I think
Okay.
Newman can finally get another win at a restrictor plate track. Could be like his, redemption from Talladega, and he'll win the Clash.
Okay. Cody?
For the Clash,
You,
well,
you have a
it's
jackass.
like the battle for second between Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt Jr. was really interesting, and Alex Bowman pretty much has the same speed but younger talent than Dale Jr. So I'm probably gonna say something here, and his second time in his attempt in the Clash, he gets it. Alex Bowman wins.
Hey, Cody. No one say anything. That's a bold prediction right there, Cody. Ooh, boy, I like that one. That's so bold,
It's
Gosh,
the
I
bullet.
love that pick. There's just one problem,
Yeah.
He's not even in the race.
What? Oh, I freaking.
Elijah, please tell me you got that. That's got to be a funny moment for
no.
2018.
Oh, no.
Oh, you derp. You derp.
And that's why I'm
early
kind
in
of the
the
derp
season.
king.
It is early in the season, and we already have our first derp of 2008.
Oh, no.
You know who was paying attention to the entry list?
All right, so he picked Alex Bowman. It's locked in. He's disqualified. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
Oh, man.
In 18th place, yeah, woman.
Okay, let's try this again. Take two.
Do you want me to redo the entry list for you, Cody?
Don't.
No.
Jamie McMurray.
I know the entry list.
3 Austin Dillon, 4 Kevin Harvick,
Pick-
9 Chase Elliott, 11
Pick William Byron.
I think the Clash winner is not William Byron. He's not in it.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes. He really is.
No, he's not.
Pick the digger.
Yeah, he's going to.
Okay, I have a good idea. Ricky Stenhouse wins the Clash.
Okay, that's a good one.
Cody, he's not in it either.
Yeah, he's not in it.
He's in the playoffs. He was in the playoffs, so guess what? He is in it.
We're just messing with you, bro.
Yeah.
All right, King.
Right back at you.
All right. So I thought to myself before the show started, who am I going to pick for our first predictions of 2018? And I thought, all right, it's Daytona. Who's always there at the end? I did the same thing with my ARCA prediction with Bobby Gerhardt. The guy who's always there at the end, if the camera will work, is Kyle Busch. And I'm going to pick him to win it.
Fair enough. All right. I am going to go with. All right. Think about this. Let's put it this way. Who was the last driver to win back-to-back in the Clash?
Harvick.
What was his sponsor?
No.
Pennzoil.
Uh-oh, here we go.
No.
Logano's going to do it.
No.
Joey Logano is going to win the
2
Clash
years
once
in a row.
again.
It's going to be
And
Pennzoil.
this time, he is going to get help. Logano's going to unofficially end his winless streak.
No.
He hasn't won since Richmond. Joey Logano gets it done. And this time, by the way, he's got a challenge. He has to battle someone for the win. He does not pull away from this one.
It will be Pennzoil's 5th time in victory lane at the Clash.
Fifth?
5th. Twice with Harvick, once with Kurt Busch.
Oh, let's get about Kurt Busch. Oh, that's right. Penzo did go 3 in a row.
No, they didn't go 3 in a row. They just went. They went.
09, 10, 11.
2009, 2000. Oh wait, no, they did go 3 in a row.
Holy crap, I just realized that.
Right?
By the way, I still say Hamlin was the winner because Hamlin passed Newman before he crossed the yellow line.
Oh well.
Which I know, it's NASCAR, though. What do you expect? Alrighty, everyone. Week 1 of Motorsports 360 is wrapped up. I want to thank everyone for watching. and for interacting with us in the chat. We'll be back Tuesday at 8 p.m. By the way, in case you're wondering, what are we going to do next Thursday? Because it is the duels, we're actually going to stream our reactions live on YouTube for about 3 hours. Michael, by the way, he's actually going to do his live from Daytona.
I'm not going.
What we should do? We should do reactions. NASCAR
Yes, that's what
race
we're doing.
reaction.
I'm not going to the duels, but I'm going to the 500.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we should do NASCAR reactions all season.
I don't think I will. I think I may just do it for the duels. But who knows what happens. All right, so anyway, we'll be back Tuesday at 8 o'clock for another edition of Motorsports 360. Tuesday we'll be recapping the Clash and Daytona 500 qualifying and the ARCA race. Thursday we'll be previewing the truck race, the Xfinity race, and the Cup race. So yeah, for Justin, for Cody, for Michael, I'm Marty saying so long. You've been watching Motorsports 360. Say bye, everyone.
All right, goodbye.
Bye.
1, 2,
Bye.
3. Get a dodge.
And a dodge.
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.